Okay, so I want to do another chapter of this book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. It's a great book. It's by Mark and Renee Yarnell. I'm through about chapter 5 now, but I want to give you a review of chapter 3. It's called Dodging the Depression Torpedo. And he calls it a torpedo because if depression hits you, it sinks you. And once it sinks you, pretty well done. So it tells you anytime you get a new member, you need to fully prepare them for depression and how to beat depression. Because there's a chance, well, pretty much all of us go through it, that you kind of feel hopeless and that there's something that either you're not doing correctly, or you should do more. But the thing is, you should just prepare your newest members and tell them, like after a meeting or after they enroll, to not contact people immediately, because that's pretty much the worst thing you can do. Nobody wants to hear about a great opportunity that you pretty much know nothing about, that means nothing to them. So what they ask you to do is simply, your first few weeks or months in the business, you need to get these people until you learn the business, what it fully is capable of doing for them, the great opportunity. You need to have them attend meetings without telling them too much, and we will do that for you as leaders. A lot of things they say the causes of depression. Um, People try to control what people do too much. When somebody rolls in a business, not everybody wants to go 100% right off the bat. Maybe somebody can only afford 10% of their time because of business, other commitments, or whatever. So it tells you need to section your time accordingly to what the person is giving you. Okay, so if the person is giving you 10% of their work ethic, their time, their effort, then treat it that way. Help them every once in a while. Of course, answer anything that they have, but don't spend too much time on that one person trying to make them go up to 100% because it's just not going to happen. But of course, you have the 30, 40, 50, and 100% people, and you need to section that accordingly. They say you should never contact, especially if you're an upline. Like me, I will never contact my downline if I'm in a bad mood. I am very, very rarely in a bad mood. Go ahead and get that straight because I love my job and I love what I do for a living. But if for some reason something happens, I don't contact them out of the blue if I'm not feeling well or happy or if I'm angry or whatever it may be, because it just kind of builds as it goes. So if you're a downline and you're experiencing this, even myself, if I'm experiencing this, the only people I'll contact is my upline, okay? Because the upline is there for your support. So he talks about in this book, you should not spread rumors about people. Okay, keep your comments to yourself. If somebody is there, say they get out of your business for whatever reason, they don't want to continue it. One example he had was he had a professional NFL player that was doing great, decided not to do his marketing business anymore, so that guy quit. He told his upline when he was in a bad mood, and it kind of spread around, and the upline told several downline members. So if you ever played the game when you was little, when you started off with the story and you passed it from ear to ear to ear to ear to see what it was at the end, it was something completely different. So that story transformed from an NFL player didn't want to do the business anymore and quit to the guy that was the actual marketer saying that he was quitting the marketing business because he was going to the NFL. And he was reminding us that he's like 5 foot something, 150 pounds or 155 pounds. And he said the thought of getting hit by any NFL player was just more than he could take. So just keep your comments to yourself, keep your negative emotions to yourself. Always contact your downline if you're in a good and positive mood. There's several cases in here. He says the cases for optimism that you need to tell people about multi-level marketing. And there's so many benefits from multi-level marketing opposed to normal jobs. One is if you bust your butt for a short period of time, short period as in a few years probably, then you can live it up later on. You have more time freedom. You already have more time freedom if you're not occupied at a job and you're doing this at home. You are at the comfort of your home. You can see your family more. There's no cap on the income that you can earn. You control your own income. It doesn't matter who's above you or below you theoretically in the marketing business. You can pass them solely on your effort. And there's no other feeling like that you get paid actually what you're worth. All right, so one other thing is, it's like, would you rather spend 4 years of your life to set you up for the years after, or like in a typical business, spend 40 years. Say from whenever you're 18 to 58 to 60 to 65 now, which is closer to even 50 years now, just so you can qualify for retirement and Social Security. So think about it. Work 4 years. If you work 12-hour days, 14-hour days for 4 years, is it worth being financially set for the rest of your life and making more money that you would have made? To me, that's common sense, and that's why I did it. I love the business, and that's why I decided to take this route. Um, so the last few things that they want you to do is, if you want to change your attitude, you have to make sure you change your attitude from the inside out first. Okay, you can't fool people by wearing nice clothes or whatever it may be. You have to be genuinely a nice person to somebody. Don't fake it. All right. And the last thing is, just never quit. Some interesting statistics in here. Most people quit marketing in the first year because they didn't properly get the knowledge that they need to survive in the business, or they didn't put the work towards it and see the results they expected on the minimal amount of effort that they put in. So they say, 20-30% may make it a full year, but those who make it the full year and make it to the 10-year point, 95% of those people have met the top ranking in that business. Now, if you think of my ranking or my rankings in my business, that's associated with millions upon millions of dollars a year. Okay, several million a year. So even if you don't reach that in 10 years, if you come up a little short, I'm sure anybody would like to make a million a year, because most of us wouldn't have made $1 million in a lifetime. So keep that stuff in mind. If you like it, of course, shoot me an email at tkdblack2012 at yahoo.com. Like, share, comment on the post, or ask me about my blog. Thanks.